missing someone.
One, of course, is Queen Nayla. Hello, my girl. Oh. Push up. No. Yo, oh my God. Good job. All right, so first we have to separate Nayla. That's what's gonna happen right now. All right, come. Let's go, my girl. So we just separated Nayla. She's a little bit nervous because she just saw the car of the vet, and that car never means something good. They always get darted or injected with something, which is not a cool scenario for them. This is why she reacts a little bit, you know, a little bit stressed now. The reason why we had to separate her, I'm gonna explain to you guys right now. 3 weeks ago, I decided to not sterilize Nayla because I had very mixed feelings about it. I was totally insecure, didn't know anymore what's right or wrong, but I knew it's a huge decision and I didn't want to make something which I can't reverse afterwards. So last minute, I decided to not sterilize her. I want to be honest with you guys, after making this decision, I didn't have a single day where I asked myself if this was really the right or the wrong decision. I had sleepless nights and reconsidered my decision hundreds of times, until I eventually got myself a second opinion. I called my friend Kevin Richardson. Kevin is also known as the South African Lion Whisperer, and to be honest, next to Steve Irwin, one of my biggest idols ever. I used to follow his journey already 15 years ago, and he's one of the reasons why I dedicated my entire life to the mission of bringing animals into people's hearts. I specifically called Kevin because he has more than 20 years of experience with captive lions. He knows all their stages, their behaviors better than no one else. And if there is somebody out there who could give me truly an honest opinion out of his own experience regarding my current situation, I couldn't think of anyone else than Kevin. I explained him my situation, all my thoughts around it, as well as my concerns. Now, long story short, during that phone call, there came up a few major arguments which really made me change my mind, and I would like to share them with you. So what if Nayla gives birth to a 50-50 litter of 4 cubs? This means she would extend the pride for 2 females and 2 males. After a few years, I would have 5 fully grown dominant males. And at a certain stage, there's no doubt that Dexter, Snow and Leo would have to push out the younger males for them to look for their own pride, and at this stage, latest, I would have to split the pride in 2. We also have to keep in mind that these are all captive bred lions, and the genetic pool within captive bred lions is very small, which means inbreeding is a huge issue. There is a high risk that due to inbreeding, Nayla's cubs would suffer severe physical problems, which would be very sad for Nayla and even worse for me, because I'm the one who's responsible for their health and for their well-being here at the Hakuna Mi Park Oasis. Now keep in mind, my responsibility here at the Hakuna Mi Park Oasis is to make sure that all the animals here have a beautiful, long, healthy and happy life. Allowing Nayla to have babies would, from a long-term point of view, cause severe problems within the lion pride. Keep in mind, these lions, they know each other from a young age. They grew into this structure of pride, and the chances are very high that they can successfully live in this constellation all together. And the last thing I want to do is to risk to lose that harmony which currently exists within that pride just because I extended and changed the structure because they reproduced. In the end of the day, everything is easier said than done, but keep in mind, it is my responsibility. They live in my care, and I just don't want to enter any fields of risks which I don't have under control. So after all, I decided to sterilize Nayla in order to protect her as well as the pride from future problems. So as you guys can see, I'm only human, same as all of you guys. And if I feel that I'm on a wrong path, I do change my mind again. And I'm not too proud to stand up and say, I realized that I made a wrong decision and I want to get back onto the right path. So if you ever made a commitment and afterwards you felt like you made a wrong decision, then don't be scared to change your mind again and get back onto the right path. It is better to admit a mistake and walk the road to success than to walk with regrets the road to failure. Alright, so very important for a procedure like this is that we have a quiet and clean environment for the vet to work on the animal. So underneath the lapa, which is the outside area of the house, we are now just preparing everything, disinfecting everything and setting up the area properly so that the vet can work perfectly on the animal. And this is what's happening right now. Be to bring Nayla from over there into this management camp behind me. That's a fenced off little corner where it is way easier for the vet to tranquilize her, because she knows the vet. She knows that if she sees him, okay, I gotta run away. Now this baby camp here, as you guys can see, it is a baby camp, but it's still way too big, which makes it almost impossible to dart her properly. Hey my girl, yo, what's up? She's very nervous. Huh? It's all okay. You can hear her breathing. She breathes very short and very fast. This shows that she knows something not good is happening. I just made that decision for you. You gotta trust me with that. Alright, let's go over into the management camp. Come, let's go. Oh, come on, girl, come. Just gonna walk with her into that corner, and if she sees me going into the management camp, she might just follow me. Wow. Let's hide away in here. Come into this. Oh my girl, come. Yeah. Come, Nayla. Shit. She was inside. All right, let's try it another time. Nayla! Oh! Good girl. There she comes again. Come, baby. Come, baby. All right, let's go inside here. Come. Now you see what a struggle this is. Now she's all the way down there on the other side of the camp again. Now she lays down on top of the overnight quarter again. Yeah. All right, so this time we didn't manage to bring her into that little management camp here. So what we're gonna do is the vet and Jessie, they're gonna walk outside of the camp towards Nayla, and let's see how she, moves around. And if they got a good opportunity to dart her, they'll do so. And that's why I went out actually, because as you know, I don't want to be associated with the vet in Nayla's eyes. And yeah, now we just gotta wait until she's tranquilized and then bring her over and do what needs to be done. All right. Putting some eye drops in now, just for the eyes to not get dry. So we just carried Nayla over here onto the table. She was incredibly heavy. It took, I think, 6, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, 5 or 6 grown men to be able to carry that lioness over here. Unbelievable, that weight. All right, and now we're gonna start with the procedure. everything went well. We're gonna move her over now into her camp and just let her wake up again. Alright, so the major things are done. Nayla is busy waking up now. She's breathing already quite nicely. Madiba on the other side there, he's already walking up and down the fence. It looks like actually very good there. But we're gonna give them a little bit of time now. I'm gonna go out now. And tomorrow morning I'll check up on them. They should have a quiet time now. Wake up, have a drink, lay down, sleep a little bit, recover. And then tomorrow we'll check up on them. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that session, could learn a little bit something. I found it super interesting. And yeah. Are you waking up? You're still a little bit confused. I know. It's okay. Just stay there. Trying to get up. No. Yeah, the best would be you lay down again. Yeah, that's totally normal. She's still a little bit wobbly and unsure and a little bit weak. But that's because the drug is not out of the system fully yet. You know. I think she should just chill, and when she's alone, she has nothing to do, then she'll just lay down. So, for now, until she's really awake, I'm gonna leave her alone again. That's the best. Yeah. You know Daddy's here. You know I'm taking care of you. After the surgery, and I've got the antibiotics here with me. There's another 3 days of course left, and after that she'll be united with the pride again. Was that good? So as you guys can see, our Nayla is back. The reunion of Nayla with the pride was most probably the most educational and impressive moment of my entire life. There were so many totally unexpected situations. I mean, it started already once we entered the camp and Nayla met the other lions. All of a sudden, as if somebody would push a button, everybody changed his mood. The moment I removed Nayla from the pride, I personally believe that they restructured that pride. So everybody had to prove his position, his rank, and his level within the pride again. So Kiara and Khaleesi, the two youngest females and sisters who were actually inseparable, they all of a sudden came at each other and even showed aggression towards each other. As well as aggression towards the other ones. And of course, since Nayla joined again, she was kind of the center of all that happening around her. And she had to prove herself again. So she had to prove that she's the strongest and oldest and most dominant female, and that the other ones, whether males nor females, can't play games with her. At one stage, Nayla was really under a lot of pressure, and then Dexter joined with some proper aggression towards her, and guess what? Leo got up. Leo is actually Nyla's brother, and he picked up a fight with Dexter. Kind of protected his sister. This was unbelievable to watch. It also made me reconsider my personal position within the pride, because they did approach me but never aggressive. They never challenged me. They rather came to me to get some confirmation that we're cool, or even to get some backup, instead of challenging me or showing any sorts of aggression towards me. And the craziest part of the entire reunion was the ending. Now, after 2.5 hours of dominating each other, challenging each other, fighting with one another, all of a sudden they stand still, they look at each other, and they start to roar. And I had to roar with them, of course. God. That was the most impressive thing I've experienced in my entire life. Wow. I'm speechless. I mean, this was the highest level of acceptance they could show to me, because usually they never roar when people are around. But now they just did it with me right in between. It was so amazing. And it was also kind of the ending of the entire reunion, because after all of those fights and so, they kind of looked at each other and said, okay, we have the structure sorted now, we're all on the same page, and through that roaring session, they ended it.